either negatively or positively. We believe it means that the transformation of social media that enables you to speak to somebody, do anything you want to do, talk freely to anybody, social career advancement, empowerment, all of that on social media. It depends on what exactly are you doing with it. Now, social media as an avenue for communication has made, numbers of individuals, countless numbers of individuals in millionaire. And there's also now even people you don't even know. Like just for this year, at least you can count a number of persons of people who social media has helped to become somebody that people we don't even know before. There was the case of this woman, I don't know, Mommy Debbie. Is it Mommy Debbie or something that said he was cooking for her husband at 4 a.m. 4 a.m. At the end of the day, this alone, the intention might not be to gain something out of that, but a positive way of utilizing the opportunity social media provides, brings a positive reward for her. Another one, that is this little girl, Janonita, is it Janonita, that works like AI. Just of recent, the Nigerian Police Command, they called on her. I think they made an ambassador, and I also read that a country, in a European country that makes all this robot, they want to build a robot now in our face. That is becoming another ambassador for foreign countries. That is, she was able to announce the positive opportunity of social media. And also, having said that, we also have people who have made, negative use of social media. You see what they do today, and you begin to ask, is there not people or agency that manages or that sees to the affairs of engagement on social media? Is it somebody who will sit down in the comfort of the sitting room and just write something? 3 people killed, something that has never happened. And because of our gullibility too, we just take that information without verifying. We send without verifying such a claim. So like a lot of people that are doing content today, not about what they want to communicate, but you know that the more you engage in your content, whether positive or negative, the more people, the more audience, or the more crowd or traffic you're able to gather, the more you have your own financial reward. So they don't care, maybe it's educative, maybe it's impacting, or otherwise, they just want to make money. So this is affecting us so very, especially as youth.
In the society, people are clamoring and saying that social media should not be controlled. What's of you?
Well, I'm of the opinion that social media needs to be controlled. Now, I need to give us a kind of research right now that, there are 3 things that impact the world today and that will also, build the future of our economy. One of them is the youth, followed by the women, and then the digital technology. We are already in the digital age. And we have close to 21 social media platforms which are being managed by individual organizations who created it. And all of these organizations that produce the social media, they have certain regulations that control and that monitor the use of social media. The other time when the founder of Meta, as in Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, he was being sued the other time in United States of America for allowing the teenagers, especially, that was last month, February. He was being sued on the use of the social media that affected a lot of teenagers in the United States of America, and he apologized. And they have to really restructure what goes on the Facebook, which is also serving as a monitoring, a control, the management and the regulation for the social media, such that if at all a child is going beyond his or her boundary, he or she is being monitored. So as far as our society is concerned, there is need for it to be monitored because there are a lot of fake news, which is also affecting our individual personality. It's bringing a lot of bad image. So there is need for it to be controlled, especially on the on various platforms that are so popular, be it the Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You know, all of these organizations, that's why you see some of these organizations, they also always make complaints. Anytime they see someone uses the social media platform in a way that is not in relation to the organizational, requirement, they either remove the person or they just just give him warning. So it is important for social media to be controlled and well managed by individuals.
Perhaps you do not agree. Yeah. That's one. Two, what are the risk factors involved in the engagement of people in the social media?
Okay. So, well, I partly agree with what Gloria said. Of course, yes. Every human endeavor, one thing I have always believed is that there needs to be a level of control, whatever we are doing. And I think that is what even this station also, they have a regulating body, that if they do anything wrong, they will be called to order and possibly be fined. So probably that is what we are actually talking about. Then we see it from that angle. But if we are looking at it from the angle of people regulating social media as a bait or as a way of getting at people that are exposing some truth, because we have come to realize that social media has helped us to unravel so many things today. There are a lot of things that we are hearing about today that many years ago, when social media was not as affordable as it is.
They are undercover.
Yes, they are undercover. Yes. But now, if you do anything, and in fact, it has gotten to a point that yes. But what we are saying is that it's important for us to have a very good and clear intention about regulating it. That is very important, because talking about the risk factors, imagine some people trying to blackmail others as a result of this social media, telling them that if you don't pay this money, have your news, I'm going to publicize it, and then people will start begging, paying, and some other things. So these are some of the risk factors. Then in addition to that, we also need to look at it from the angle of, okay, who are the people that should be on social media? Is it just for everybody? Personally, I believe that there should be age restriction for anybody that will be on social media. We can also look at regulating it from that angle. Like, okay, if you are going to be on Facebook, or for instance, there is a particular age. And then we see some media personalities, in fact, they are the ones that are even spamming these things. There is something I believe about this media presence, especially for kids. Personally, I believe that a child should not be, you don't need to be exposing a child on social media. Let them get to a point that they can decide that, okay, their media footprint, we need to protect it as adults. But then we see people coming up and doing that. As an organization, we have this policy around it. You don't post a child, especially when we are talking about maybe a child doing something that is not very sound or very reasonable to talk about. So because what about this child in the nearest future? Won't this thing stand against that person? Today we have seen a lot of people coming up, and then I had a particular story. Somebody went online and wrote something very bad about a particular bank. And then when the person wanted to get a job, he went to that bank. And then he had gotten to the final stage. And then they showed him his post that this particular bank is a very useless bank. Wow. I said, wow, you are here for this useless bank. In fact, he just carried his bag and left it, because he knows that he's not going to get a job. So things like that are important. What we post, we have to be sensible about it. And then we don't just post because we want people to see us. And then things that we want to post must be verified. So those are some of the things that we need to look at.
Yeah, that was why I mentioned the risk factors that are involved in social media.
Well, on the contrary, there is a point made by Adebayo. I want to, it's not controversial. Yes. Though I know there is what we call child rights. So I don't know that there are some things they cannot determine by themselves that you do for them, but might not go in line with what they want to do because they don't have the control of themselves. That because we have control over them, we want to utilize such opportunity. Now, having said that, when you were saying, I was talking about posting children, you don't post children on social media for any reason. And there are situations that you cannot but do that. But the intention matters. Why are you doing it? What's the purpose behind it? Matters. We have seen numbers of cases on social media whereby all these children we're talking about, as made their parents become who or what they are today. Now, we've seen people, because they mind to...
Because when you remember the work candidates, that's a negative.
That's a negative.
So we've seen some of them who mind to a song or to do maybe the drums and do something. You get surprised that, you want to know this person, go and look for this child for me, and you give, and whatever you give comes back to the family.
Let me quickly ask you.
Okay.
How do you see social media and PR activities?
Social media and PR activities, they are too contagious. But we are not using it the way we should use it. When we're talking about PR, it is image. It is image. But we are not using that social media to really do what public relations is all about.
Why do you say so?
Public relations is talking about your image, promoting image, selling image in a building, not in a building you don't destroy. But in social media, what you have most is, you see that you have a limitless boundary of whatever, the entirety of what you want to do. You don't care the effect on the person, the receiver of that information. You don't care. That's what Glory was talking about, misinformation, fake news. That's misinformation everywhere, fake news. And which is...
So what's your advice?
I just want to advise that that is when and why regulation of social media becomes so paramount, very important. It is pertinent that we control the use of social media. And how do we do that? I don't know, but I will advise that maybe there should be an avenue where when I sit down here and put something, though I already have my details on social media, I have my say, but that data I gave might be a fake address of, a fake representation of who I am. There should be a way. There is one called tracking. You track a phone, and there is a way.
And there is also a community standard that you must comply with. Thank you so much. Your last bite, just briefly.
Okay. Well, my last part is that social media needs to be used positively, not negatively, because on the verge of using it positively, it also brings us to development. People gain information and they use the information correctly where it's needed, but it has to be well monitored and regulated.
So, Adebayo?
Yeah, I want to say that social media is not a curse. In fact, it's a blessing.
Yeah.
So, but the most important thing is that we also need to talk about ourselves, our self-esteem. When we are going into social media, we should come from the angle of, okay, why am I doing this? And then what is my niche? What do I want to achieve with it? Is it that I'm just going to be there spreading fake news? And then just as we have talked about community standards, and just as my colleagues have said, so when we are regulating it, it should be from the angle of we want things to become better. Not that we want to kill some people or we don't want to silence them. So it should not be like we are being sentimental about it.
Thank you very much. It's been an interesting edition of Your Image, Your Public Relations program on TV. The topic, youth, social media, and image issues. We're going to look at the image issues in the second part of this program. Until next week, when we come your way, I'm Akin Okudero, your anchor. Stay blessed. You have always been great partners. God bless you.